Hi, my name's Edward. Although I grew up overseas, I'm a New Zealand citizen by birth. I came back in 2018 to help my dad after his wife took ill with cancer. I wanted to keep his spirits up, and I thought that I was doing the right thing for my family by doing so. Instead, I've been fighting a 6-year-long battle that has negatively impacted the family I came here to support, because as it turns out, I'm unemployable in New Zealand. Now, this is in spite of the fact that I've been an IT manager of teams and projects for 20 years, dealing with high-profile clients in difficult situations, so this has been very, very frustrating. Now, I'm not unemployable because I'm unable or unwilling to work. In fact, I've applied for over 5,000 jobs since I've arrived here, jobs that I'm well qualified to do. Instead, I've been functionally excluded from the job market through phrases like overqualified and attitudes like tall poppy that undermine achievement and weaken those without a network to promote their achievements on their behalf. Now, I've been able to hide this sometimes by working remotely overseas in roles where I've managed U.S. 911 technological programs and support delivery. That's a complicated job. Those lasted until the remote work economy started to turn sour. When I wasn't doing that, I was helping my dad with his business, negotiating RMA deals with regional councils, city councils, and multi-interests, as well as working odd consulting gigs. To me, this makes sense because I've always believed sound business and project management principles can be easily applied no matter what industry you're in. But to recruiters, it's inconsistent and lacks focus. This is used to further undermine and attack professional credibility in a reductive practice that results in closed doors. In fact, the only job I've had with regular paychecks since I've gotten here has been as a janitor, cleaning out jail cells every night, taking out the garbage, and cleaning up after people that spend their days doing work I used to get paid to do. Try networking for business as a janitor. See how many people take you seriously. Nobody calls back the janitor. People only say they do on platforms like LinkedIn so that they can look good for their peers. I've got 3 degrees, including a degree in management I earned here in New Zealand with top marks from an accredited local university. I'm now enrolled in New Zealand's top school studying government policy. I realize there's still a lot of work to do here before we have the inclusive society we all want. My family signed Te Tiriti, the New Zealand Declaration of Independence, and my direct ancestor was the first person to say the words, "Our sayings will sink like a stone," that's so often been quoted at rallies for Maori rights. My father's a graduate of the University of Auckland. I'm a university graduate too, and I've owned multiple properties and kept the doors of 3 businesses open, bringing in over $100 million in realized business capability. Yet I am functionally excluded from the workforce in the country I live in, and I'm under constant threat of homelessness. In fact, there's a high likelihood I will become homeless before June of this year, being forced to liquidate my entire household and find other homes for our pets we've had for the last decade, in order to downsize into whatever government dwelling is made available to us. We can't move in with Dad. His wife is ill, and that's too much of a stressor for her. Clearly, employment policies are broken. If New Zealand is to have a truly inclusive global society, we need to ensure that policies are in place that protect our global citizens. The current employment policies in New Zealand undermine and do the opposite of this through voluntary reporting, lack of standardization, and no clear enforcement. If employers aren't willing to proactively make changes on their own to resolve this, then I believe these changes need to be made a compulsory part of doing business in this country. Because I'm not alone. Every week, I read another story about a person just like me with years of experience who is considering leaving because they can't find work. It's not right. It's time to talk about this issue openly.